Lone Star Conference Media Day here at Angelo State University inside the Janelle Center. Jeremy Bryant here with the Rams. I got a few guys here with me. James Kirksey, returner for the Rams over here to my right. Buddy Mims, who's back with ASU, and a newcomer, a graduate transfer from the University of Houston, Valentine Shongoyami, and then, of course, head coach Cinco Boone. Let's go to Coach Boone first. Another year. You know, we've never asked this, Cinco, to the people in Lone Star Conference. There's a rumor floating around that you're named Cinco because you're born on Cinco de Mayo. You want to kind of clarify that?
Yes, that is false. You know, I've always had people speculate why it's Cinco, but I'm actually Pat Boone the fifth. So because I'm the fifth, they call me Cinco, but not Cinco de Mayo. And I'm not the fifth child in the family. I'm the fifth Pat Boone.
But he does love nachos and margaritas. Let's talk about Rams basketball. You know, this team, you and I talked in advance, and you were really excited about this team for a lot of reasons. You got a good combination of newcomers and returners.
Yeah, you know, having 5 returning players that bring him 42 points back from last year's team on an 18-win team, a team that had a chance late in the season to make the NCAA tournament. And just fell short. We're happy with those returners. And then we've liked all of our newcomers. The recruiting class was a good job by assistant coaches. And we're really excited about those guys and the chemistry that they've created to this point. They've done an outstanding job. We're really excited about how they're coming together and how they're working. And we think it'll be the most close-knit group that we've had to this point. And they got some talent. And so we like what we see so far.
And kind of comment about, you mentioned chemistry and close-knit. You can have all the talent in the world, but if a team doesn't play together, I think especially in basketball, it doesn't mean anything.
Yes, I believe it's all team sports, but for sure, five basketball players, you know, it's not like football where, you know, it's just all offense and then all defense. I mean, these guys got to play both ends of the court, and they got to be able to mesh on both ends of the court. Then you got to be able to have some guys that'll play their roles, come in off the bench, play that role, do a good job, be satisfied knowing that that's their role. Don't mess up the team chemistry, and all that stuff's important, especially as the season goes on, as the games get tougher, as you get into nearing conference tournament play. That's when you want to be the closest and playing your best basketball.
See this guy right over here, Valentine, came over from U of H, and you played them an exhibition game. You got a chance to see him in person. Tell me why you like what he brings to ASU.
Well, for starters, Valentine was on a team last year that made the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament, and he played for good friends of ours and Coach Kelvin Sampson and his son Kellen Sampson. And so right off the bat, the recommendation coming from those guys that said Valentine will probably be the most physical player that you ever coached, and that's true. And they also said that he might be the best person in the locker room in terms of leadership, in terms of bringing his effort, his work ethic every single day. And then, you know, just from a talent standpoint, I mean, he's a legit 6'10". He's got a good body, can really defend and rebound inside. And that's something that losing the seniors that we had lost last year, we needed some size. And so, anyway, it was worked out perfect, and we're really glad he's here.
All right, well, I want to talk to the returners in a second, but I'm going to go to Valentine first. Valentine, I've worked on this all morning. Shongoyami. Close enough, okay. So tell me, what brought you to Angelo State? Why did you decide to come here after you got your undergrad?
Number one, my assistant coach, Houston, Kellen Sampson, yeah, he was one who really recommended me to come here because basically he really talked me into it. And plus I told him, like, since I've been in Texas, it's just kind of weird for me to leave Texas. And
you know, you came here. I mean, you're actually originally from Lagos, Nigeria. What do you miss the most from Lagos?
I think I miss the food. Yeah, I miss the food a lot. Then, obviously, the people in Lagos. I have a lot of friends in Lagos, and it's kind of rough. It's a rough life over there, but at the same time, I still miss it. It's home to me, and that's where I was born. And yeah.
What kind of food do we have in Texas that reminds you of Lagos, Nigeria?
Oh, there's a lot of food in Texas that reminds me of home. Coming from Houston, I go to the African store twice a week. just to go get food, ingredient to make food for myself, and it just feels like home, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people in Texas have actually spelled your name correctly? They're not related to you. Shungayami.
Oh. I'll say
None?
no. 'Cause it takes like 5-6 tries for them to get my name right. Even at Houston, they give us this tag for our bag, and I've been there for almost 2 years there. They couldn't even spell my name right with the tag. Yeah, that's how bad it is.
All right, last thought, Valentine. Coach Cinco Boone was talking about, you love the physicality. You love the kind of banging down low in the post. So, that's kind of, I guess, talk about how you're going to try to add that part of the game to this Rams team.
Can you repeat that?
Just talk about how you like, what you're going to add to this team as far as just being physical down low in the post.
From my own standpoint of physicality, it was Houston that really brought out the physicality in me. And I feel like ever since they get on me for every practice, every day, I start getting physical. And I think with this squad that I'm with now, the physical presence is really needed, because I feel like from coaching standpoint, I feel like that's what they lacked last year, and I feel like it's a very big part this year, and we're gonna keep it going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, let's go. We got another returner here to my right, Deron Mims, call him Buddy Mims, from Oklahoma City. By the way, you a big-time Thunder fan or no?
I'm actually a KD fan, so y'all don't hate me.
So we've asked you this before on the radio. Tell us the story, how you got the name Buddy.
Okay, actually, I got family in Louisiana, so, and, down there they call me Bud, so I just added the Buddy onto it, just the two D's and the two Y's, and I just stuck with me, from the jump. So, my family down there, they call it to me. Not family in Oklahoma, they really don't call it, but, I like it.
So how many people actually call you Deron? Like, is it just your mom when you're in trouble, or how many people actually call you Deron?
I can say my friends call me Deron. Yeah, mom when she wanted to get my attention, but yeah, really, just people that's really, really close to me. But I kind of like Buddy more, because people can't pronounce Deron. They say Darren. They look at it and say Darren. So.
So what do you like about this team? Yeah, you got some guys back from last year, some new guys. You've had a chance to play with them for a couple months now. What do you like about these Rams?
Well, first. You can just tell it's a better, vibe on the team, coming from last year. We had a great team last year. Basically just, family-wise. We all stick as a family. We all like to do stuff together. We all hold each other accountable, And I just like the returners, of course. They came back, we brought back. And like you said, the newcomers with him and his physicality. And we got some young guys that's going to help us out, be pretty good.
All right. Finally, let's go to another senior, James Kirksey from Chester, Pennsylvania. You see a lot in the NBA now where guys got to play like everything. You're kind of like the Swiss Army knife. You're listed as a guard, but we saw you post all the time down last season. What do you like to do? What position are you?
I would like to think I'm a point guard, but with my size, and my strength, I could just play 1 through 4. So, whatever you need me to play, I'll play.
All right, so now Chester, where is that close? Is that more closer to Pittsburgh or Philadelphia?
We actually 7 to 8 minutes from Philadelphia. Pittsburgh is 3-4 hours out.
Okay. So we won't ask about the Eagles, but are you more of a Philly cheesesteak guy, or are you more like homemade Mexican food here in Texas?
You can never go wrong with a good cheesesteak. I ain't started eating Mexican food until I actually came to Texas. So, it's still new to me. I don't really like the rice and all, but I'm getting used to it.
Eagles fan, though?
Yeah, down week last week, but it's all right. Pick it back up.
All right, so kind of it just seems like there's a different vibe on this team. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. I think we actually mesh together, better off the court than on the court. That's a big part of winning right there. So I expect big things.
Okay, and I want to ask, is the goatee, is that going to last all season? What's your plans for the goatee, or is that actually a goatee? Is that just this morning?
I'm trying to let it come in. Like, I've been fighting with it for a year now, so I'm gonna let it stay around.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to Cinco Boone, who has no facial hair. What are you most excited about this year, Coach?
Yeah, I just like this team so far, and how they're working, and like you said, they're close knit off the court, and every single day when we step onto the floor, we're excited to be able to work with them. There's something new that they do every day. And I just think this team's really going to grow in multiple areas. I think the individuals on the team are going to grow, and we're looking forward to seeing that. And I think this team will be exciting. I think they'll be fun to coach. I think, if there's a timeout, I think I'll be chest bumping these guys out at half court after we go on some big runs. I can just see a lot of energy with this team. And like I said, there's a vibe to this team that our whole coaching staff can feel. I think every player's feeling it, no matter where they've come from or whether they're a returner, and so we're looking forward to that.
Thank you, Coach. So it all gets going November 9th is the season opener for the Rams, and then they have the home opener on November 16th here at the Janelle Center. That's Lone Star Conference Media Day here for Angelo State University.